All right, folks, it is I, Tenzen, from the SOS podcast, and I'm here with Mandisa Thomas. She is the president of Black Nonbelievers. I know, right? I just been to the revival, so I finally get to wash that out of my head. So anyway, without further ado, how you doing today, Miss Mandisa?
I am doing well. How are you, Marcus? It's been a long time.
It's Tenzen when it's SOS.
Tenzen, yes, sorry. My bad. You can edit that out.
Oh no, no, no. We're transparent around here. But anyway, Mandisa, what is the Black Nonbelievers here? I see you got your stuff over here and all your tabling products.
Well, Tenzen, Black Nonbelievers, which has been around since 2011, is a 501c3 organization. We are made up of atheists, humanists, agnostics, folks who are questioning their religious beliefs in favor of leaving, some who may not subscribe to traditional religion, but we are mostly folks who follow an evidence-based premise and practice to life and take that approach as well.
Okay, Mandisa, and as you said, you have been doing this for a really long time. You said since 2011, and now you are a full-time activist. You're traveling a lot. How does that feel besides the jet lag and the tiredness?
Well, it feels kind of weird. I had no idea that this path would become my life. It has been very interesting and challenging at times, but it has also been very rewarding. I cannot tell you how many people have come up to the table and said that they are so glad we exist, and knowing that they aren't alone. We've had some really, really good and inspiring conversations with folks here. And for those who aren't familiar, there is a billboard right down the street at Cortlandt Street and John Wesley Dobbs Avenue that is a part of the Freedom from Religion Foundation, and you can see yours truly on this billboard, and it simply says, "I'm atheist and I vote." It's been really good to collaborate with other atheist, secular, non-religious organizations on campaigns like this so that we can continue to get the word out and continue to provide the support we need, as well as advocate for issues that are important to us. That is really, really going to be crucial, especially in the near future with everything that's going on.
Okay, and this is a little bit of a serious question. Although the the nuns are rising, however, the Christian nationalists are getting a lot more aggressive. And have you felt that aggression lately? I mean, obviously, as a woman and a woman of color, with the Roe v. Wade incident. Well, I hate to call it an incident. It's more than an incident, but still, like, how is this Christian nationalist affecting you, and what are you doing to help fight that?
Well, personally, it hasn't reached, it hasn't affected me. However, anything that impacts our demographic or even just the reproductive rights of women and people in general does affect me. And it shouldn't have to wait, it shouldn't have to take for this to affect me personally in order for me to care about it. So of course we encourage people to take part in the voting process. Please research your representatives, talk to them if you can. Make sure you do your part and vote. Vote in the primaries, vote in the general elections. Get involved and support those organizations that are doing political work specifically. So what we continue to do at Black Nonbelievers is to support our communities and try to refer folks to resources if they need them, particularly as it pertains to reproductive health and justice. Most of us tend to be on the side of, science, following the science, following the evidence, and our group pretty much tends to be very good about reproductive choices. However, it does not mean that we aren't impacted by it. So we continue to speak up. We continue to make our stance known about how we are very pro reproductive health, reproductive justice, in addition to racial justice. We talk about how these things impact us. We also are putting on events where, like, for example, the Women of Color Beyond Belief Conference, where we feature activists who are working in these areas, and they're talking about how how this decision will directly impact women of color in a very, very traumatic way. So we continue to get the word out. We continue to encourage people to stay strong and vigilant, and also to know that there is a community of folks who support, and that that we get it, and we also We also collaborate with the other organizations as far as lobbying, talking to our representatives. We do a whole bunch of stuff, but and there's so much. There is so much that we actually need to and should do, and we can't do everything, but we can just do what we can.
All right. Thank you, Mandisa. As always, it's a pleasure to talk to you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
All right. Any shout outs?
Shout out to Alvin here, who is tabling with us on behalf of Black Nonbelievers here at DragonCon. Shout out also to Great and Square and Tombstone, the Dead Man, and the folks there with Majestic Comics. If you are here at DragonCon, go check out their display in the Skep Track room, which is rooms 204 through 207 here at the Hilton in Atlanta. Just shout out to all the entire Being crew, and everyone who has supported us since day one. We really do appreciate it. Shout out to everyone who has come to the table and represented. You know, they've made donations, they've supported, they've bought products. And also shout out to Derek, who is the director of the Skep Track. And I'll be speaking there tomorrow twice. I have 2 presentations there. And shout out to you, because you know, like I said, it's been a while since we've seen each other, and I'm glad to see you doing your thing. Keep it up.
Thank you, Mandisa.